Hola, bienvenidos amigos. Hello and welcome friends. Steve here, Street Smart Travel. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the new subs. Picked up a few new subs since last time. Thank you for subscribing. And this is another in the series of Feelgood Fridays. So the first Friday of every month I aim to do a story looking back at the past month, something that was positive or inspiring or entertaining that I could pass along from my time here on the road. Now this month there were two specific communities here in Cuenca. Spent the entire month here and they definitely made a huge difference and made my month. And let me open this by saying I don't like cities. Born and raised in Toronto, it used to be cool and fun to be in the city, and now not at all. So I do my best to avoid cities. Having said that, Cuenca is the most popular expat city in all of South America. I understand why, but every time I've come here in the past, I have tried to spend the least amount of time possible. And this time I spent a full month, and it was awesome. I'll be talking more about those two communities, why my time was so great, and why you may also want to come and check out Cuenca. Now, I came to Cuenca planning on 2 weeks at first. And my hosts are fairly new to Workaway. They had one review, and I thought, okay, so they don't have a lot of experience with volunteers or the platform. So we agreed, hey, let's try 2 weeks. And within 2 or 3 days of being here, they said, hey, if you want to stay longer, you're welcome. I mean, you don't have to. You can leave anytime you want, but we've got the space, and it's a good fit, and if you want to stay, please do. And I thought, yeah, I would like to stay, actually, despite, again, my distaste and intense dislike of cities. Like, this is a different beast. This is really enjoyable. It's relaxing. I have a bunch of different things I can do in terms of painting, landscaping, fixing things, chopping wood, whatever it happened to be. There's a lot of different tasks to do here. Super cool vibe. Now, community number 1, the Apartamentos Otorongo. This is an apartment complex about 10 minutes walk away from the historical center of Cuenca. Great location. You're accessible to the core without being in the core. It's also got a lovely back patio, and I actually did a bunch of work there to clear out another part down by the river where you can hang out. There's a hammock, there's couches. It's a great place to hang out, get to know your fellow expats. Forgetting that you're in a city because you're right on the river. You can't hear the traffic. It's like a little sanctuary. And I got to meet a bunch of people, share our stories. Why did we come down here? What's been our experience in Cuenca? And it's very refreshing. It's nice to get to meet some fellow expats and spend some time around gringos for a change. It's something I try to avoid doing as well as avoiding being in big cities. When I got here, my host took me around and introduced me to some of the longer term tenants, and one of the first ones I met said, hey, we're having a barbecue next week, 4 o'clock, Tuesday, come on by. And, okay. He said, yeah, this place is fantastic. The landlords are terrific. The landlords were standing right next to me at the time, and this place has a heart and soul. Now for me, I thought, okay, I'm glad you think that way, but heart and soul and city to me are two things that are completely incongruous, right? One of these things is not like the other. They definitely don't go together. But I thought, okay, let's give it a chance. He really likes it here. He's been here for a number of years. Let's see about this heart and soul. So the next week I went to the barbecue. There were probably about 24 people that showed up, almost all expats, plus our hosts, people that lived in the complex or had lived in the complex, and other expats from the community, some on exploratories, some who have been down here for a number of years. So a really good mix of expats. And got to talk to a bunch of them, hang out with my hosts, and exchange ideas. Why did we come here? What's the appeal with Cuenca? How do you like it? And the people on the exploratories were in the honeymoon phase. So everything was amazing, and oh, this is so great, and what a nice change from where we came from. So I will say, by the end of that barbecue, I was definitely seeing what this expat had told me about the heart and soul of Cuenca. And a big part of it is because of the landlords and the owners of the apartments. They made it effortless to stay here, super friendly, very knowledgeable, very helpful. And another thing they did specifically for me is they said, hey, we're going for a bike ride tomorrow if you want to come along. Now they are serious cyclists, right? This bike here in the background is the loaner that I get to use. It's a Gary Fisher. It's the nicest bike I've ever ridden in my life. This thing's fantastic. They have really nice hybrids and street bikes and all the bike clothes and everything, the water bottles and the holders. And anyways, they took me about 20 minutes outside of the city and we went for a ride along the river, which was amazing. They said, hey, if we drop you, right, like if you can't keep up with us, then just keep on that path. If you need to go back to the truck, it's just one road. There's no turns, there's no anything. You can't get lost. And I thought, yeah, okay, you're going to drop me, sure. Well, they dropped me. Not because they were trying, but because they're used to the altitude, and this for them wasn't a leisurely bike ride. This was a workout. And yeah, they were going hard. So about 5K up the hill, I decided, okay, I'm having some issues with the bike, and I would rather just stop and take some pictures and shoot some videos, because this is much different from what I was expecting to see this close to Cuenca. A fantastic day. They didn't have to do that. Didn't have to take me out. Didn't have to loan me this bike, nothing. Mostly because of the kindness and hospitality of the expats in Otorongo and the owners of Otorongo. I've had a fantastic time here. And I definitely have seen the heart and soul that this expat was talking about. And by the way, it wasn't just the barbecue. He said, yeah, we'll have you over, for dinner one night before you leave. And I thought, okay, we'll see, right? We'll see. My people will call your people, let's do lunch, this kind of thing. So sure enough, one day I went down to the patio just to hang out, and he was there with his wife, and he said, hey, yeah, why don't you come by for dinner tonight? True to his word. Got to hang out with them for hours, and it was a really enjoyable and delicious meal. The hosts also came by. It turned into this total community event, just impromptu. I don't think that was the plan. Just, hey, we're going to make some extra food, and let's see who comes by. So a very accommodating and friendly group here, from the owners all the way down to the tenants. And a very welcome change. Not the kind of thing I expect to find in a big city like Cuenca. Community number 2, Frisbee Fridays at Parque de la Madre at noon every Friday. So there's a group. I will put the link in the description. They meet there every Friday unless plans change, and let's say it's a group of aging hippies, and they come by with a big duffel bag full of Frisbees, and we get out and just throw Frisbees around. So the last time I was there, the last Friday of November, which was Thanksgiving in the States, was also the wedding anniversary of the hosts. So this time another expat brought some delicious banana bread and some sandwiches, and it was a really fun day in the park. And we were joined by a bunch of school-age kids that came by and also wanted to play Frisbee. So first it was 4 girls, teenage girls. Okay, we're throwing the Frisbee around, and then they start asking me questions. They realize I can speak Spanish, and they have a bunch of questions. Oh, where are you from? What do you like about Cuenca? Why are you in Ecuador? What's your favorite part? Like, all these different things. And the other expats speak a bit of Spanish, but not a lot. So after about 45 minutes of non-stop Frisbee action with the expats and with these 4 schoolgirls, I took a break to grab a sandwich and a snack, and about 3 minutes later, the host came over and said, hey, can you hear them screaming? And I'm like, well, I heard screaming, I didn't know what it was for. And so, yeah, they're asking for you to go back and play Frisbee with them. I'm like, okay, let me choke down the rest of this sandwich, scarf it down as fast as I can. And I went over, and then there were some other kids that came by, a little bit younger. They had been to Frisbee Friday before. Like, wait a minute, this guy speaks Spanish. Oh, what do you like better, encebollado or ceviche? What's your favorite part of Ecuador? What's it like in Canada? What does this say? How do you do this? Like, tons of questions about everything. And one of the expats pointed out that the young brother and sister, they had left their hat, like a cap, and a jacket. And the jacket actually had her name, the girl's name, embroidered on it. So they're like, this is nice stuff. And they forgot it in the park. So I asked the expats, okay, where's the school? And they said, oh, it's just a couple blocks away. You can go and drop the stuff off. Okay, so I put it in my bag and was on my way out of the park once everything was over and we said goodbye. And I saw the little boy running with a very panicked and worried look on his face, like, oh my God, if we don't get this stuff back, like, I don't want to go home tonight. So I saw him running in, like, hey, amigo, ven acá, like, hey, buddy, come here. So I opened my bag and said, yeah, tengo tus cosas aquí, like, I have your stuff here. And I thought he was going to cry. He was so relieved, like, oh, gracias, muchísimas gracias, señor. Oh, yeah, no problem. When you make the effort to go out and interact with communities instead of sitting in your place hoping someone's going to knock on your door and invite you out to dinner or whatever it is, these kinds of things happen. You get to become a part of the community. You get to make connections and contacts. So it's felt much more like a big town as opposed to a small city because of these two communities, the Otorongo community and the Frisbee Friday community. So these have definitely changed my perspective on Cuenca, and as the barbecue host pointed out, the heart and soul angle, not just of Otorongo, but of the expat community and of the city even as a whole. Definitely Cuenca has a heart and soul. It is actually a really pleasant place to be. And I can definitely say I never thought I would say those words about a city anywhere on earth. This place is different in many good ways. And if you're thinking about making it your home base, or you want to come down for an exploratory, definitely set aside a month or longer to check out the city, the surrounding areas, and reach out to some of these community groups. And again, I'll leave the links in the description for these two, but there are many, many more community groups and expat groups down here that you can reach out and become part of or visit if you're here for a short-term visit or for a longer stay. Definitely check them out, get to know the people. They've been here for years and in some cases for decades, and they have amazing insights and information and experiences in their time here. I totally see why people love making this city their home. So as I stated off the top of the video, I do not like cities. I have an intense dislike of cities, mostly because I was born and raised in a big city and I've had enough. But after being in Cuenca for a month and after having all those experiences with the people at Otorongo and with the people that run the Frisbee Friday, and it was interesting to talk to some of the expats here on exploratories about the groups that they were meeting with and had been invited to dinner and were going to this place and doing this thing. I mean, they just been here for a couple of weeks and they're already making contacts and making friends and becoming a part of the fabric of Cuenca, joining the already massive and well-established expat community that also meshes really well with the local community, although there are some other videos you could find that would try to convince you otherwise. I think they're deliberately trying to not fit in with Cuenca, with the expats, with the locals, because if you make any effort at all, it's really easy. They're super friendly, super welcoming. It's a really nice city, very historic, lots of great architecture, and also lots of great communities down here. I will say, because of all of those things, it's really starting to grow on me. I don't see myself living here. And like I said earlier in the video, when I come here, I try to knock everything out real quick. Go to the dentist, go to the chiropractor, do some shopping, see the lawyer, whatever it is, 2 days, and get out of here as fast as possible. This time, I'm glad I spent a month. It's the longest that I've spent here, I think, since I got here 3 years ago. And I'm definitely looking forward to coming back, to being able to enjoy the heart and soul of a wonderful international city here in the heart and soul of Ecuador. So a word about future plans. I'm off to the Amazon for a couple weeks, then heading up north for a few days to take care of some other stuff, and then the plan is to cross the border and head into Colombia for a few months. I'm going to take my volunteering system there and stress test it, see if I can break it, see if I have to modify it or change it in any way. But I'm really confident it's going to work really well. Thank you for stopping by for Feelgood Friday number 5, the heart and soul of Cuenca. If you like the video, please subscribe, please drop a like, and please share it with anybody that is thinking about coming down here, either to check it out on a vacation as an exploratory, or if they're planning on making Cuenca their home base. Just a little bit of a different perspective. This is not obviously as nice as many of the videos you can find on Cuenca, the very professional, edited, clean, super smooth, broadcast quality videos that a lot of people have done. They are stunning, right? Way beyond my capabilities with my old phone and my $5 tripod. But hopefully it gave you a bit of a different perspective of Cuenca, and hopefully it put Cuenca on your radar as a place to definitely come and check out, whether you want to visit it or whether you plan on making this your home. Thanks for stopping by. Happy trails. See you out on the road.